All right, it says we're live.
Yeah, lies. All right, let's see here. If I'm a little ooky, it's been a rough day. If you would like to donate and keep, well, the heater running.
Yeah.
Donate
Especially this
here.
weekend.
Yeah, especially this weekend. Apparently, it's going to be 9 degrees. Hell, 9
Oh
degrees.
no,
9. No.
no.
2.
I have seen 4 and 5 predicted.
Supposed to be 2 Saturday morning. Or Sunday morning.
I'm not ready for this crap.
Which means it'll be below 0 with wind chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this crap. All right. And trust me, we're going to need coffee this weekend.
Yes.
If you like coffee, King Harvest Imperial Coffee sponsors us. They sponsor us by sending us free coffee. So if you need coffee, contact them. Let them know you heard about it through us. Starkey t-shirts. If you like a smart-ass t-shirt, amongtheleaves.com. No, correction. tinyurl.com, Among the Leaves Tees for all your Starkey t-shirt needs.
Yes, it's supposed to be colder than one arm.
Yeah.
Never
Not
mind.
looking forward to this. I'm in a 1926 or 1923 Sears kit house.
I'm going to break out my polar gear.
Yeah. Well, and on top of it's going to be damned cold, we have a potential for up to a foot of snow falling over 2 days.
Yeah.
Which, this is Texas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose pipes. I'm gonna lose pipes.
So here's my plan, because I'm already prepping and stressing because I have trauma over cold.
Yeah.
So what my plan is I've gone ahead and got a water key because our house doesn't have a shut off at the house. Key? The water key is to turn off the water at the water access, and in our case at the alley. And so I've got to dig that out. But if we lose power, I'm going out there and I'm shutting the water off and opening the lowest tap I can find, which is probably one of my hose bibs, to drain as much water as possible out of the pipes. So then the water doesn't get turned back on until the freeze is over.
Because the houses around here are not set up for 2 degrees Fahrenheit.
No, they're not. And the likelihood, especially if we get the kind of ice they're predicting, the likelihood of us losing power for a prolonged period of time is high.
Yeah.
So I am prepping for that because I have done stuff like this before.
Yeah. Well, I've got a fireplace, but
you've got a fireplace.
That'll keep the house heated to a point.
Right.
But I will be doing the same thing and shutting the water off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other thing I've done is I've put in checked my supply of and put in a little bit more for just like bottled water. Yeah. Some gallon jugs. I've got some bigger containers for things like flushing, but if it's freezing and we've lost water, you get to a point where that doesn't help any.
Yeah.
I have a little propane heater to use in my garage because I've got pipes in my garage.
Yeah.
And the garage is unheated and uninsulated. So I will be running the little propane heater, which also I have several $100s worth of citrus trees in the garage.
Yeah.
That I would prefer not to die if it drops below freezing.
Yeah.
So
there's not a single house in this area in the surrounding 4 counties that is set up for 2 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry.
Nope.
So here's the thing, though, is if you know that there's a storm coming, there are some things that you can do to prepare for it that are fairly simple and, in my case, help reduce the anxiety a little bit by knowing that I've done everything I can to prepare. And one of those is plan your bug out.
Yeah.
Because assume that for us, our heating is all electric. We don't have a fireplace.
Yeah.
We've got a little tiny propane heater that won't heat anything, and it's not safe to be inside. It has to have ventilation. So plan for, okay, where are you going to go if you lose power and you have to evacuate?
Yep.
And plan for your pets in that case. I have 6 baby chicks that right now have to have a heat lamp. And if we lose power, I'm probably losing the chicks.
Yeah.
Chicken McNuggets.
Oh, yeah, frozen chicken McNuggets. I mean, so I've kind of got a half-assed plan for what to do with them.
Yeah.
My chickens, I have a hard-sided coop inside their coop, and I'll shut them in there with a bunch of straw. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
We used to keep chickens in Alaska, and they survived 60 below. So
Yep.
with a proper enclosure. But yeah, there's if you're facing this kind of thing, think things through before it hits you, and you still have time to get
Why does it always get
other
bloody
than
cold?
French toast.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why does it always get bloody cold in January around here? Why can't I do it in December?
because
The interesting thing is, I went to the store today because I was buying stuff ahead, including water.
4 degrees. Fucking 4 degrees.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
The problem is, and RK was talking about wrapping the water lines in heat tape. That works great as long as you have power.
yes.
As soon as you lose power, you're
Yes.
screwed.
Yeah. Now, I mean, with a lot of these older uninsulated houses, heat tape is a good thing.
Yeah.
Leaving your faucets on a drip is will keep the water
I'm
flowing.
not sure
and
I
that
can leave my
aids in-
faucets on enough drip to prevent them from freezing at 4.
Yeah.
No, you probably can't because they will. It helps with freezing the dripping faucets, but you don't have to turn them onto a full flow. Just any water movement is
Yeah.
all it needs. But if it gets cold enough, it doesn't matter if they're dripping; they're still going to freeze.
Generator, large propane tank. Yes, Wally, that's what you need.
Yeah, generator is one thing to do, and that's actually something my husband and I were talking about, not for this storm, but the next one is the pros and cons of a gas generator versus a natural gas generator.
Yeah.
Because we do have natural gas in this area. That's what my furnace runs on and my hot water heater. But I've been told that in times of emergency, they reduce the pressure significantly because of safety. I don't know if that's
I've
true.
never heard that.
I've never heard that either.
Okay,
I've
then
never heard that.
that's relieving to hear because this is part of the do I buy a gas Jenny or get with the natural gas one?
Yeah.
It's more expensive and you have to have it hooked up to the line by a professional because I'm not touching that.
No, that's a good idea.
I'm not looking for
Yeah, the insulating the pipes. The problem is that a lot of people do not understand how to insulate properly
Mm-hmm,
for this kind of temperature.
mm-hmm.
Cool with ice capitals, not with small letter ice. Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm
And as soon as the precipitation starts, I'm going to consider myself snowbound because there is no way in heck I am driving with Texans
No,
on the
God, no.
road in this kind of weather. No.
Now, if we get a foot of snow, though, I'm going to bet you that every farmer with his little tractor is going to be out plowing the streets.
on the streets or pulling people out of ditches for the hell
Yeah.
for a case of beer.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to see the grader again this year.
Right?
We do not have snow removal equipment here.
It's not necessary.
A couple of years ago when we got 6 inches,
Yeah.
literally the town brought the grader out, the
Mhm.
big John Deere grader, and they used it to scrape the streets,
Now,
and they did a good job.
Yeah.
but I don't.
That poor son of a bitch was so bundled up, I don't
Oh,
see
no kidding.
how he could see what he was doing.
It was the grader they used for the dirt to keep the dirt streets level.
Yeah.
And graders are great, but when you're using to remove snow, you kind of need to have some practice doing it.
Right.
Because his
which-
first couple of streets were so washboarded, they were worse after he graded. Now he learned,
Yeah.
but the first couple, he washboard the hell out of the ice.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, Johnny. The equipment is too expensive. Every landscaper up north does plow during the winter. That's how they make a lot of their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had that when I lived in Virginia. One of the places I rented, they hired a guy that was a landscaper,
Mm-hmm.
and he would come in and plow the entire subdivision.
Everybody with a Bobcat skid steer,
Yeah.
is about to make his entire year's salary. Folks with Bobcats will stick them up on a trailer and run around all the commercial parking lots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kermit,
$2,000.
the last thing you want to do is grade a gravel road in the snow. Just leave it.
Golly.
Oh, yeah. But that's my grandpa.
Snow and ice actually has a higher grip potential.
Grandpa Bob had a little D2 bulldozer.
Yeah.
And this is in Alaska, and all the roads out where we were gravel.
Yeah.
And he would run around. There was like a 2-mile loop that was around the block.
Yeah.
And he'd run around with the bulldozer, and he wasn't scraping the snow off, he was packing it down.
Yeah.
And then it froze hard. I mean, hard. And you could drive on it perfectly safely.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it differs. And Kermit, you're in the same shape.
Yeah.
And y'all don't have any either.
When I say that we don't have any insulation on the walls, when this house was built in 1920, whatever, it used crumpled newspaper for insulation.
So it's all migrated down.
But not only is it all migrated down, but various wandering varmints have made nests out of it or eaten it.
Yeah. In other words, this weekend's going to suck for us, folks.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep. Yep. And it's not supposed to get back.
Hush.
Wait, wait. I'm gonna say
You should pop in. So my kid's visiting.
We have provisions.
Yeah.
They're getting ready for
They're
the.
raiding the booth.
They're getting
Yeah.
ready for the.
I'm taking the tequila. It's fine.
Okay.
Well, she's
You are welcome to the tequila.
well, considering she exists purely because of the tequilas.
Jonna and Jonna's daughter have armfuls of bottles.
Yes.
God bless them.
But they're not completely full. I mean,
No,
they're just
at
like,
least they're going away.
but they're going away.
Yeah.
They're going away.
At
So
least
running
they're
away.
going away.
It's lovely to see all of you, but we're gonna run away now because I'm gonna go spend time with my kid.
You should do that.
Do it.
Adore all of you,
Absolutely.
but,
Good to see you, Kat.
but I just went,
Good to
well,
see you,
she'll
Kat.
see her again.
Oh, I know, but
Maybe.
one must be
Maybe. You know
polite.
what the weather
I
does.
have to- I need to tell her
One-
she's not
one
gonna be
must be
I'm supposed
polite.
to make dinner on Saturday, so
Yeah, I think I wouldn't plan on that, unfortunately. As sad as it
We'll
makes
see.
us all.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You know, it may still work out that she gets to cook dinner. We'll find out. So, I mean, otherwise we'll just play it by ear. Okay.
we always play it by ear. We don't know any other way of playing it.
Hey, LL. Yeah,
All right, guys.
That's-
on my way.
that'll get us through the show.
Did you make sure the water's dripping in the back? It should be-
I will.
In other news, did anybody else watch the football game last night? That was absolutely friggin' amazing. You had the upstart shit football University of Illinois, or University of Indiana, or Indiana University as they call it, playing the Miami Hurricanes, which is a powerhouse. And Indiana University beat them. It came down, I know you're not into football, but that was probably the best football game I have watched all year. And it was funny because everybody talked about how much money Miami had spent on the NIL, name, image, and likeness to get players,
Okay.
4 and 5 star recruits.
Okay.
Indiana University, the highest ranked one what they had was the 3-star, which was the quarterback, who, oh, by the way, won the Heisman this year.
Okay.
Most of the team was 0 or 1-star.
Corn-fed Indiana farm boys moving for the win. Moving on.
Not only that, 3 of Indiana's starters were from Miami,
Ouch.
including the quarterback.
Ouch.
Oof.
All 3 of them had been passed by Miami.
Bet they're regretting that decision.
Yeah, the kid that made the interception that sealed the game for Indiana was another Miami native.
Hmm.
He had not been he didn't even make a look at Miami. So in addition to going 16-0, which is a new modern record for college, 16 wins, 0 losses. They have completely upset the whole name, image, and likeness bubble because they took a bunch of kids that were nothing, quote unquote, according to the recruiting, and turned them into the best team in the nation.
Isn't that what college football is supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was well worth watching. It was a long night, and it literally came down to 39 seconds left in the game. But it was just absolutely friggin' hilarious because here's this know-nothing team that 2 years ago was 1-9 went 16-0. So that was, yeah, Mama was a Hoosier. Yes.
Roy says -1 is projected low in Kansas City. Yeah, but y'all are used to that.
Yeah.
We're in Texas.
It's not supposed to be cold air.
Yep. They definitely upset the norm, RK. The other thing that was interesting to watch is all the, I guess I would say, politics surrounding
Oh,
Minnesota
God.
right now.
God.
Well, the interesting part is what's dropped off the media completely.
Everything.
Basically everything except ICE.
Mhm.
What happened to the whole multiple millions or billions of dollars that was stolen?
Yeah, the Somali fraud. Iran,
Yeah.
speaking of, looks like I'm catching another fatwa. Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently the Iranians have declared that anybody supporting the regime is the subject of a fatwa.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is my 7th or 8th. And will be dealt with. I did not realize you could DoorDash a terrorist to your house. I love living in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to send somebody to deal with me. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Speaking of door dashing,
Sending a pack of Iranian terrorists to Tiny Town, Texas. I might not get one of them.
Yeah, I
yeah,
was going to say, you aren't the only one that's going to be having fun.
Might not get one of them.
yeah, they're definitely racking up the totals, but the mainstream media is actively ignoring it. You're exactly right.
Said we will send people to deal with you.
Yeah.
Promise? Threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
You gonna do bleed in my front yard?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have spent all that time looking for him. I knew you could have him DoorDash. What the hell?
Yeah. How many times has Iran declared war on the U.S.? About every week. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is on the U.S. This is on me.
You're right, Larry. A bunch of Texas rednecks just perked up and go, oh, what? We got to
Right.
shoot something?
Yeah, I saw that came across my feed last night. It's like, you can have them DoorDashed?
Yeah.
I love living in the future. I would like an order. I would like a #1 combo with a side of Shia, please.
Yeah. That, yeah, it's about time we return the favor. We've already done it once. If we got to do it again, it's going to be ugly.
What's that?
Go into Iran
Yeah.
in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
I wish Trump had kept his mouth shut. That's something else. Somebody needs to take the keys to Trump's social media away from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's making things a hell of a lot harder on him than they need to be. But anyway, on the Iran thing, it just needs a little push. The regime is going to, I mean, given the right circumstances, with a little push, which I don't know we have stones to actually do, it'll fall.
Yep.
And the Iranian regime going secular, if Iran goes secular, a whole bunch of our worldwide problems go away.
Yes, very quickly. Yes, differs. Australia is marching to kick out the illegals. France is marching for France first, little late. Belgium is rioting against the UN, which is even more interesting. Romania riots against the Muslims. And Poland is bragging about not having Muslim invasion because they were smart to start with and kicked their asses out.
Yep. And then Great Britain did a own goal.
Yeah.
Apparently a couple of years ago, they had this little program where it was a game you played, and it was supposed to make sure that you poor brain damaged Britons didn't go anti-immigrant. And one of the characters is a purple-haired little waifu named Amelia,
Yes.
who has popped up all over the place all of a sudden and was an own goal because apparently a whole bunch of young British men are going, if I throw them out, I get that.
Yeah.
You would think that the Britons would have learned from Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah.
You
That the
think-
things that they make up to mock people will come back and bite them.
yes.
Oh,
They
and
will be
it's biting
adopted.
them
Oh, it's biting
hard.
hard. With Grok.
Yeah.
Apparently, people are taking Amelia, feeding through Grok and getting videos which
Yes,
are
I have seen a number of
which
them.
are ripping Great Britain, the idiot British government apart. It's great.
Yes. Yes, media is hilarious now, and for good reason, because the British government has no idea what the hell to do with it.
Nope. Well, it's the British government's creation.
Yeah. And it's in the wild now.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh.
even if they shut it down,
They can't.
they can't stop it.
Oh, that's something else. Not only can I get Iranian terrorists door dashed to my front porch, apparently I can get British cops.
Yeah.
It's like a cornucopia of stupidity. Like, you can't say bad things. Or we're going to send bobbies to talk to you. Seriously? Okay.
Yeah, bring it.
Okay.
There's so many interesting things going on. The other one that popped up over the weekend was the confrontation in church
Oh,
Well, that
in
was not good.
Minneapolis.
the fun part about that was Minneapolis' idiot AG, Keith Ellison, who said something along the lines of, well, you just got to get used to it, which I almost got a whole bunch of friends to go up and invade his mosque on Friday and see how he liked to deal with it.
Yeah.
But I don't need another criminal record right now.
Yeah. The interesting thing is Don Lemon,
Ooh.
who is a failed CNN host, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
CNN or PMSNBC, one of them. Anyway, he quote unquote embedded with the
Oh, yeah.
protesters.
I love idiots on social media.
However, they violated a number of laws.
Oh, yeah. Oh, have you heard the latest? Harmy Dillon. I am actually having I'm starting to develop a little bit of a crush on her.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was a violation of the FACE Act. I
Yeah.
mean, it was in black letter law. They fucked up the FACE Act. Apparently, if Ruman is to be believed, she went through, or she had some of her minions go through all of the social media that named. I love idiots because they named everybody who was there.
Yep.
And so she had somebody go through, and they're turning it into a RICO case.
Yeah. Yes, Lemon was told to leave and refused.
The rumor I have heard is that he's going to get charged under the Klan law,
Yeah,
which I find hilarious.
it's hilarious, but FACE is a much better. It's Klan law. The Klan Act tends toward it's not. If he had been the representative of a government agency, that's what the Klan Act. It was to stop government agencies.
Yeah.
FACE Act is much more applicable, and with RICO, holy crap!
Yeah. Plus the fact that, contrary to what Ellison and everybody up there is saying, it is not just for abortion clinics.
It never has been.
It never has been.
The FACE Act in the law is abortion clinics and places of religion.
Yeah.
It's in the law. It was
Very specifically written for that.
Yeah, it was written in the original law. Abortion clinics, and second section is places of worship.
Rick, CNN has been for years.
What? Oh.
Ever since Ted Turner sold them. They have been a Democratic entity. And even before Ted Turner got rid of them.
So, and then FACE is federal.
Yeah.
Now it's got provisions. There's lovely provisions in the FACE Act down in the third and fourth paragraphs or sections, where the state AG is allowed to sue the violators on behalf of the violated.
Yeah.
And if the state AG refuses, the Fed AG is allowed to sue those who violated FACE Act on behalf of those who got the victims. And with violence, which I think can be, it's 15 each person, each Don Lemon will owe $15,000 to every single person in that church, each.
The other thing that bothered me, though, even more than that, is that church had no security. Now, we learned in Texas a couple of years ago.
What bothered me was I saw a whole bunch of men in there who were not getting their women and children the fuck out.
Yep.
That's what bothers me. There were
Yeah.
a whole bunch of men that were just sitting there with their thumbs up their bumps. That's where shit happens. Get your lady and your kids the hell out. I don't know. If you're unarmed, out the side door.
Yeah.
Come on, hey, grab the kids. Out the side door.
Yes, if they RICO it,
Yeah, RICO is when you start getting into the you
Who-
start
who funded
racketeering
it?
influence.
Yeah.
Racketeering influence. That's when you start looking at funds.
Yeah.
That's why I'm giggling about the whole thing.
that's what they need to do up there.
That's what they apparently are doing.
What I'm wondering, just as an aside, is how much of the money that the Somalis have stolen has been turned around to fund the units up there. Probably a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we know that
Well-
Soros et al. Are also involved.
Well, you got a Republican, small r, God bless her autistic little heart.
Yeah.
Did a Twitter thing on it, tracing down all of these. Forgive me for scratching. I got an armful of galandium earlier, and apparently it makes me nauseous, dizzy, and makes me itchy. Anyway, she traced down every one of these baby daycare centers, which, by the way,
Yeah.
On the daycare centers, I'm seeing a significant lack of parents complaining about not having access to the daycare center they've been using for the last 2 years.
How about zero?
Yeah. Anyway, he chased down all of these and saw how many of them were donating to Democrat politicians and causes. All of them.
Yep.
And the same amount, it was like $2,500 every one of them.
Yeah, Bill, that's an excellent point. Church security team wouldn't have had a ton of options depending on their training. Yes and no.
If I go to church, I'm not relying on their training.
And to me, they were threatening when they came in.
No, that very definitely. That was. I'm sorry. My lady is there. If you're a husband and your wife and children are there, and that comes in, it's default a threat. Until they prove they're not, it's default a threat.
And when you put your concealed weapon up between their running lights, I'm going to guarantee you're going to get their attention.
Listen for a sound of squeaking sneakers and the smell of piddle.
Yeah. Johnny, no.
I just can't believe. Looking at the video, it's like I'm looking at the guy patting his daughter. Get her out. Grab your wife, and I assume on your side daughter, grab them and get out. If you don't know where the side doors are, you're an idiot. Go find them now.
Yeah. Greg, you're right. Ellison would have charged the church security team with crimes.
I don't live in Minnesota, thank God.
Yeah. But, the basic premise, I mean, how many church shootings, Jewish synagogue shootings have we seen in the last few years? Now, yeah, Bill, I agree with you to a point.
I'll take the martyrs. You get martyred if I feel you're a threat to Rita.
Yeah.
If I can prove you're a threat to Rita, I don't care if you're a martyr.
Yeah. If I'm in a situation where I've got to bring out a gun, the odds are I'm going to use it. I'm 74 years old. I'm broke. I have back issues. And if I'm in fear for my life and I am at the point where I've got to bring my gun out, odds are I'm going to use it.
Well, the first one used a bullhorn in my face to get brachial stun.
Yeah.
And when he's staggering around puking after getting brachially stunned, the next one, we can talk. You put a bullhorn in my face, I've got hearing damage as it is. If you put a bullhorn or a foghorn anywhere near my face, you're catching a brachial stun. And it's going to suck for you until your body resets.
Yeah. Now, the response that we had down here in Texas a couple of years ago, I think, would have definitely been legal up there.
One, I don't go to church. Any churches are disabusing. Apparently, you have to be anointed to carry a gun, and I'll guarantee you,
Yeah.
my training is rusty and a little out of date. I'm willing to bet it's better than anybody in the church security teams in this area.
Yeah. Yeah. Smith and Wesson is bringing back the night guard line.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm sorry, but when you talk about a 44 Magnum night guard with a scandium frame in a 3-inch barrel, no.
44 special. I think it's supposed to be 44 special.
44 special. Still, no.
Speaking of guns, it's great to know that the flow of Bolivian marching dust through Florida, i.e., the Caltech board, is unabated.
Yeah.
Because you see their latest,
Yeah.
they've got a stripper clip fed box magazine 9mm coming out. Stop bumping lines off the stripper's ass, okay?
Now, Smith and Wesson has come out with a night guard.
Yeah.
The interesting one is Springfield.
Oh, the budget, the high quality budget 1911.
No, the double stack 380.
Really?
That's the same size as the 9mm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kermit. It is a 380. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Once they get their noses clear, it'll be a 9. They'll do it to 9mm.
Yeah, they'll do it to 9mm.
Stripper fed 380. It's like I give them point. I really do. I give them points for thinking outside the box.
Yeah. High Point's also bringing out a
Suppressors.
suppressor.
Suppressors. I'm cautiously interested.
Yeah.
Rimfire. I might trust them for rimfire. I don't know that I would trust a first line off the assembly of High Point centerfire suppressors.
Yeah. Speaking of off the line, as of last week, 600,000 Form 4s submitted in January for suppressors and SBRs.
And apparently one of them was for a potato.
Yeah. Yep.
What?
So somebody got a potato registered as a silencer.
It works.
It does. He did. He got the full paperwork, the tax stamp for a tater.
Yeah.
I mean, does it have to be that tater or can it be any tater? Because taters
That's
still
the-
last forever.
It has to be that tater. It's
Yeah.
the way the law reads, it's got to be that tater.
So he has to put a serial number on that potato.
So that tater, he's got the tater serial number and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it apparently didn't cost him anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we have is the Dems introduced a bill in the Senate, I believe, to make the tax stamp retroactive and make it $500.
No, $5,000.
Now one of them's 5,000. The other one that's actually in work is 500.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got the one I read was to make it retroactive, and the tax stamp that was 200 would now be 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be dead on arrival, Rick, but they're throwing shit out to see what'll stick to the
What'll stick.
wall. Yeah, we know they can't retroactively tax, just like California can't retroactively, assuming they pass it, which they probably will, pass the billionaire's tax. Some idiot Congress critter out there yesterday said, well, even if they left in December, they still owe the money.
I believe the words ex post facto.
Yes.
They're in the Constitution. Look them up. Ex post facto is a thing.
Yep. File the paperwork on things less practical than potatoes. I'm not going to say that we played with that stuff years ago, but
Talk to Mad Mike. He actually got a fleshlight form forward or form one.
I think he got it Form 1.
because it's Mad Mike, and he was Mike Williamson. He was pissed off at the government. Nothing new.
Yeah.
And he made them inspect it, serial number it, and tax stamp a flashlight.
We used to play with oil filters
Oh yeah.
and 32-ounce Coke bottles and a few other things that worked amazingly well.
It just, I can't believe, I was looking at that. It was free. So he went ahead and serial numbered a tater
Yeah.
and sent in the paperwork, and apparently ATF went, sure.
Yeah, Rick, the billionaires have got the money to pay for any lawyers that they want. But the more important thing, which California seems to be forgetting, is the fact that all those businesses that those billionaires have left the state.
Yeah. And with all the tax and
All the jobs.
associated jobs.
Yes. The jobs and the people. And you're not talking about, cheap labor. You're talking about 6-figure labor in a lot of those cases.
7-figure labor.
Well, the seven-figure guys and girls are already gone anyway.
It's interesting that Newscomb is now against the billionaire tax. He's actually given a couple of speeches where we can't do this.
Yeah, because he looked around and went, "Oh shit,
Oh, damn.
everybody's leaving."
Oh, damn.
Yes, the money is mobile. Because if you really look at that bill, it's not just 5% of their billions. It's 5% of their owner's stake in whatever companies they have.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something a lot of people don't realize, is the difference between A stock and B stock. A stock is what's known as common stock. Common stock is what you and I can buy every day. B stock is what goes to those people like Sergey Brin or Zuckerberg or Ellison. And those B stock do one thing that's very different than A stock. A stock, you have one share, you get one vote. B stock, if you have one share, you get 10 votes. You're exactly right, Bill. That's what used to be called the blue chip stocks. Now, what that law that they're proposing says is the ownership is based on the number of stocks and type of stocks you own. So let's say Larry Good, for example, one of the owners of Google. His amount of B stock would give him 30% of Google. So the value would be $127 billion,
Which you have to pay tax on.
which is what he would have to pay tax on.
Unrealized assets, which I don't mind being taxed on unrealized assets as long as I can take unrealized losses.
Yeah.
You want to tax me for unrealized profits? I want to be able to take unrealized losses off.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna happen.
No.
So what de facto would happen is Good would have to sell his ownership stake in Google, and he would end up paying a lot more than a couple of $1 billion. I think it's 12.7 billion was what he would owe, something
Yeah.
along that line.
The whole Greenland thing back up. Well,
Yeah.
that was part of my rant about Donald Trump. The whole Greenland thing. I wish he'd shut up.
Yeah.
Softly, softly, catchy monkey, which will probably get us in trouble. But yes, the whole, Denmark will take. No, Denmark is not taking care of Greenland. Denmark is doing this in the air. As a for instance, Denmark taking care of Greenland Did everybody realize that China has a majority in all rare earth mining in Greenland? Under Denmark's gentle guidance, of course.
Yeah.
Also,
Do you know what Denmark has done to Greenland?
oh yeah, but I'm talking strategically, not biologically.
Okay.
So China offered to build either 6 or 12 runways, a runway for an airport for every little town in Greenland. And the U.S. went, "What the hell?" Denmark said, "We'll take care of it. We'll build half of them. China can build the other half." That's how Denmark is guarding yeah, we need to do something about Greenland. This is not the way to get it done.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you. I have actually been there. I've
Okay.
operated out of there. Y'all don't realize how fucked up that place is. The U.S. military has for years tried to get Congress to pony up $25 million to upgrade Thule. Now they call it something else nowadays, Pithetic or whatever the frick it is.
It's Thule.
It's Thule. We built Bluey West 1 in World War II. Bluey West 1 was on the west side or on the east side of Greenland. It sucked. It was a runway that was at the base of the mountains. You had to fly up a fjord, make a 90-degree right turn, and land. That base existed until the early 1950s. They actually used it for Korean War as a medical facility.
Nothing like recuperating, freezing your ass off.
Well, they had nothing else to do. They had nowhere to go. They built Thule starting in the 1950s. It's a Goodyear rubber runway, white runway rolled out over the permafrost. It has a hump in the middle of the fucking runway, which makes it real interesting to land or take off in certain directions. The very little facilities on the base. One runway, taxiway, I think three hangars left, and a bunch of buildings that were built in the 1950s, so they're wooden barracks. The most up-to-date base facility is the bowling alley. They have tried to get the money through to upgrade it, to put in another runway. There are also other people up there besides just aviators. The problem is it's cold. We were up there. We spent almost a month up there. We saw 60 below ambient with wind chill almost 100 below. Now, the Chinese say they're going to come in and build all these runways. Chinese don't have the capability. It's too cold. They don't know how to operate in that situation. Concrete doesn't work that well. The other thing is, we had about 160 Air Force personnel up there. Brennan, that's extremely possible. It's not so much the poshness as it is some modernity, some modern equipment, modern stuff, where you're not relying on M113s, Amtraks to get around in a whiteout. The other problem was the Danes provide support up there. So they provide support to the base in the form of cooks, maids, who else? Secretarial, the phone operators. Well, a real interesting thing is the majority of them are spies. We went up there with a new communications device called a Stu-3. The telephone operator, every time we keyed up the Stu-3, would cut off the call. Because part of her job was spying on who was calling who and listening in. So we ended up going over to the base CO, the Air Force colonel, and telling him what she was doing. And he kind of shrugged and says, yeah, I know, but there's not a lot I can do. And we basically said, well, we can fix the problem. And he kind of looked at us and said, how are you going to do that? And I said, well, just go over there and take over the phone switch. Well, you can't do that. Why not? It's Air Force property. Who says she is the only one that can operate it? That's what we ended up doing. Now, a month later, we left. They probably went back to what they had. But literally 90%, I'm pretty sure 90% of the people up there, support personnel, were spies. I mean, we had one whiteout while we were there. And one of my guys was over at the bowling alley, got trapped there. Nice for him. I ended up in a freaking hangar with MREs. Thank you very much. And the girl picked him up, quote unquote, to go have fun. And she was asking him little questions like, what's the max range on the APF's 137 radar? What's the PRF on the 137 radar in ISAR mode?
Why do you need to know these things?
It's awfully specific.
Yes,
Darling.
that is very specific.
Sweetheart.
Those were the questions she was asking him, literally.
Yeah, that's very specific.
It's
Yeah.
right off of a overhead projection on honey traps.
Yeah. You know, we need the base. The base has significant strategic importance.
We do. This is the wrong way to go about getting it. Because all it does is when you do this, people dig in their heels.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder. It's just stupidity. Yeah. Greenland is vitally important. The Chinese are taking over. It is right in the middle of ballistic missile launches from anywhere in Russia pass over Greenland. Yes, we need Greenland. The way Trump's going about it right now is a fucking stupid way to do it. You're making the Danes dig in their heels.
Well, I can't help but laugh at the quote unquote EU support they've sent up there. When they have to fly them in on a Polish airline, you know, that says something about what the capability of the EU is.
Yeah, but again, that's exactly my point. If he'd have been somewhat diplomatic,
Well, you tried that and it didn't fucking work.
then you try. This is not working either.
It's closer than anything else.
No, it's closer to fracturing NATO.
And if it does, we can pull out and finally get all our people out of Europe,
Yeah, that'll be fun.
which we should have done 20 years ago.
No, because we'll see a redo of Ukraine only be Estonia, then Lithuania, then Poland, and we'll be in the middle of a world war. Everybody going, "Why are we in a world war?" The same people that said we need to pull out. We go, "Why are we in a world war?" Because we pulled out, just like you wanted.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, Brennan, being told you couldn't work elsewhere while you were furloughed.
I figure as much.
That's bullshit.
At the same time, calling him non-essential.
Yeah. NATO does depend on the U.S. for everything.
It
yes.
does. And it needs to do more. It does. Breaking it up is stupid. Because anybody that thinks breaking up's a good idea thinks Vladimir Putin is just a big fluffy teddy bear.
Yeah. Who has been awfully quiet lately.
No, he's been noisy. It's just that the media stopped caring.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill, they would definitely start singing a different tune if we pulled out. They've already done that with the troops that were pulled out of Germany a few years ago. When the Army, was it Kaiserslautern?
There were a couple of bases we yanked out of.
Yeah, it was Kaiserslautern, I think, was one of them.
Yeah. I only know the one that Sanford's got on his t-shirt, which escapes me at the moment, has been closed for quite some
Yeah.
time.
Until Vladimir Putin is neutralized and China is neutralized, we have to have NATO. Busting it up is a stupid idea.
Penthouse flats in Moscow are going cheap these days. Yes. Anything with a balcony is going cheap for reasons.
Sudden onset Russian heart disease is a thing too.
Yeah.
Apparently, a whole bunch of people that were previously healthy all of a sudden died of heart disease.
Yeah.
And that, 6 months ago had a perfectly good, I'm guessing heart disease involved a 9x18 through the cardiac muscle, but that's just me.
Either that or what's the radioactive polonium?
The polonium.
Yeah, polonium. Yeah. So are the Russian dictators. I hear they're free over here. Yeah.
Well, if they are, we need to grab one.
Yeah, that's the other thing we need to do is get rid of the UN.
Well, we need to do that for a while.
Yeah.
UN's useless. The only thing the UN's good for is letting tin pot dictators from third world hellholes think they're just as good as us.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they're good for.
I would vote for getting them, sending them to that third world.
I think
Hellhole.
the UN building needs to be in Haiti
Yeah. Send them to Haiti, and that way we get
or
rid of
Gaza. Let's declare the entire Gaza Strip to be a UN neutral zone. Stick the
Yes.
UN building there and let them solve their biggest problem.
that is a great idea.
Just
Amelia needs to become the secretary of the UN.
woo! Did you hear that? There was a Iranian expat at the UN ripping the Iranian representative, telling him, here are pictures of your kill team in my yard.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could DoorDash terrorists to your front door. Tell me these things. I love living in the future. Can I get 3 IRGC with a side order of I'm here by maybe Wednesday?
Yeah. The other thing they could do is use that prime real estate
Turtle Bay.
to house all the migrants.
No, what we need to do is turn Turtle Bay into a free trade zone and rake in the bucks.
Yeah. Well, it's effectively been a free trade zone for years, but the problem is that we didn't get any of the trade.
Yeah. Turtle Bay would be a lovely free trade zone.
A friend of mine was a New York City cop for a number of years before he got smart and moved to Florida. And one of the details that he made the mistake of picking up was DP.
Oh, geez.
And he got to the point he actually hated the UN being in session because he would get stuck with DP detail and they would have to go out and put up with these tin pot dictators who would park their car in the middle of the street and just leave it.
Yeah.
And then tell the NYPD to guard their car.
Because that's what they do when they're at home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why should this be any different?
Yeah.
Since they're all diplomats, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
Well, I could, but I'd get in trouble.
Yeah. So anyway, he bolted and went to Florida, and he works for an agency in Florida now. Now, what books have we got coming out?
Oh,
Chris Nuttall's second
Chris
book is
Nuttall's
out.
Crash Landing.
What she's been working on
She's been bored.
while we've been running our yaps.
I'm not bored. I have a lot to do, and art just happens to be one of those things I can do while I'm participating. So yes, we have Chris Nuttall's Crash Landing, which is book 2 in the Boys on Starship series, which is a boys' adventure novel. We have
And he's got a girlfriend now.
Chris Nuttall? I thought
No,
he
the
was married.
protagonist.
Oh,
I was going to say Chris Nuttall is married with
Yeah.
twins. How the man finds time to write, I don't know. He's
No.
a freak of nature. Anyhow, but yeah, we've got Scott Huggins' book Through a Spyglass Darkly.
great cover, by the way.
I just did the layout on our first historical adventure for boys' books, which will be Jacob Sharp's A Boy Against the Boxers. So set in the Boxer Rebellion, takes place over a couple of months in 1900. I was really hung up on doing illustrations for it. So I tried to be as historically accurate as possible with the illustrations. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we've got coming out for novels. I know we have John Van Stry's next will be up next month.
J. Kenton Pierce's is out.
J. Kenton Pierce's the Warlord of Green Lion Town. I cannot speak today.
Yeah.
Which was while bulky, is better than his original.
Yeah.
Title.
Oh yes, no. Yeah, no, it's a good title. It's a solid title. That's all of his books are within what we're calling Tales of the Long Night.
Yeah.
That's his universe. This planet is under this incredibly terrible nuclear winter that was caused by getting caught in the backlash of the war galactic empire thing. So the stories set on the planet are taking place after what's called the Long Night, which is the nuclear winter. So the first book, A Kiss for Damocles, is Shai. I cannot pronounce her last name. It's Shai's story. This is book one of Ravati's story, and Ravati is part of the
Law enforcement,
because it's different than just like police, or it's interesting.
Yeah.
And his world building is intense and detailed and rich, but the stories themselves are very personal stories of these characters and how they're surviving on this planet. And I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that eventually they're going to take the war to the people that did them dirty. But there's going to be quite a few novels between here and there.
And the ending of the second book is very interesting.
Speaking of that, if you follow Ractor Press on X, if you don't, why don't you? If you follow us on X, I need y'all to do me a favor. Need y'all to go like or whatever and comment as soon as possible whenever Ractor Press puts up a post on X. We're trying to game the algorithm. So if you could comment and then restack forward, whatever the hell you do on X, I don't know a thing about X.
Yeah.
If you could engage with Ractor Press on X, we're going to see if we can game the algorithm and actually start and get in front of some new eyes. Because click, comment, even if it's, just a Fox meme, I don't care. Just comment and click whatever the hell you do on X.
Oh, your mother chimed in, Cedarr.
Yes.
Don't just leave your water running if it's likely to freeze. Open the doors to the under sink area.
Yes.
That's something a lot of people forget. And while I'm thinking about it, the other thing people tend to forget is airing up their tires. A friend of mine's wife made a major screw up a few years ago in DC because he had told her not to take the car unless she aired up the tires.
Uh-huh.
Well, she didn't air the tires up. She thought he was going to do it.
Oops.
It was a BMW with the low profile tires.
Uh-oh.
And it got down in the single digits. And she rolled all four of the tires off the rims.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice.
BMW rims.
There are reasons.
$4,000.
Yeah.
Plus the tires. So yes, remember, it's not just your water.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can expose your pipes to more heat in some way, that's always a good idea. Not just under the kitchen sink too, under the bathroom sink. Any place you can get it open and let warmer air circulate into, could be helpful.
We've got the contracts for Plasma Pulp 2 went out.
Yep.
Busy.
Yeah. Yeah, the tempo is not as frantic as it was there for a couple of months. We were doing the transition on schedules, downshifting from 2 anthologies a month and upshifting on the novels.
Yeah.
It got really intense there for a while. We're past that. We're to the point where we can settle into the new routine. So looking forward to having a bunch more novels this year and a bunch more boys books.
Jesse, Pogue 2, not Pogue 1. Pogue 1 was last year.
Yeah, Mr. Coon, it was called a stupid tax, and yep.
The Pogue 2 or Plasma Pulp?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plasma Pulp Lost Worlds is the one that's coming out next.
Yep.
And then Pogue 2 is coming out after that. Because I have done the illustrations already for Plasma Pulp Lost Worlds, and I will be working on the illustrations for Pogue 2 shortly.
Yeah.
Go there.
Plasma Pulp 2 is coming soon. Yes.
That's how I keep track of these things these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, Brennan, that's called freaking cold floors, getting frostburn on your feet,
I moved.
walking from the bedroom to the bathroom.
I live in Texas. I don't expect that sort of crap.
Yeah.
Don't. You move
On
further
that
than
note,
coast.
folks, we've wasted another hour of your time today.
Yes, we have.
Actually, all we've done is bitch today, but
I
sorry
don't
about
know.
that.
I discovered DoorDash for terrorists. I'm just thrilled. And all those years looking for them, didn't realize I'm delivered to the front porch. Love living in the future.
As
So-
you all know, Ian ain't right.
Yeah. We will be here Thursday, at least some of us.
We may be frozen to the pavement, but we'll be here.
It's not supposed to start coming in until Friday,
Yeah.
so if that holds, Thursday shouldn't be a problem.
Of course, they're called weather guessers for a reason.
It's Texas. It's Texas.
The last
I-
couple of days, I have seen this storm coming on the 10-day forecast. And every morning I log in and I look because usually when
It's
it comes
different.
to precipitation,
Yeah.
it goes down and
Yeah.
it goes down and it goes down. And then suddenly we've got no rain. And I'm sad because of the garden.
Now
But
it
this
went.
one, I want it to go down because I don't want the snow. Sure, it'll be good for filling
It
up
went
the
up.
reservoirs. It keeps going up.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned what it's going to look like by tomorrow.
It was 30% chance of precipitation on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's at 95%.
Brent
Yep.
says, make an Amelia Reed's rack press meme.
Oh.
Jesse,
We don't usually participate in politics, but that is amusing.
Yeah. Your mother says, I sleep in the attic. Finished. Coming
Yes.
downstairs in the morning is a shock because the floor downstairs is cold.
Yes.
Yes.
And Mom's house is not what you'd call well insulated.
Insulation,
It's better than it was, but
insulation is a thing.
oh yeah.
The problem is Texans don't understand that.
well, the problem is I've got a 1920 something Sears house, and insulating the walls is not as easy as one might
Yeah.
think.
No.
Anyway, folks, be safe. If the weather is going to crap in your neighborhood, take care of the little things now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
Yep. Don't put it off.
And for God's sakes, don't go buy crap for freaking French toast. Buy the important stuff: water, bacon.
Don't
And
use
coffee.
newspaper for insulation. We used newspaper in 1923. We used newspaper 103 years ago, Brennan.
Yeah.
But don't use it now.
And no one on here would do this, but do not bring your grill inside and use it inside.
Yeah, that's another one. There
Mm.
are idiots that have done that.
Every year there
And
are
they
people
die.
that die because they brought the grill inside.
Good point, Rick. Don't pet anything that your hands may freeze to.
Just don't go in there.
Yes, Kathleen, they used newspapers for insulation in Alaska because that's all they had.
And it's actually done right. It's not bad insulation. It just doesn't last for 103 years.
Remember, folks, don't sweat the fatty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. And we'll see you Thursday.
Be safe.
Bye-bye.